So supposedly there's this couple that straight up crashed a presidential party on Tuesday.
Just like
party
the wedding
crashers.
crashers. Just like the wedding
Yeah,
crashers.
party crashers. Like,
Damn.
hey, we're gonna go to the party. I'm not on the list, but I'm gonna get in because I don't know
like
if they
that.
sweet talked their way in or what, or if it's just because esta mujer está, no sé, algo linda.
Shout out to the party crashers at El Rincón. I'm gonna catch you someday.
Hey, one day you catch up. But yeah, the couple se llaman Micaela y Tarek Salahi.
Uy, eran árabes.
I mean, that's what it seems like to me. It's definitely has some sort of Middle Eastern ties. This was a presidential dinner where the special guest was the Prime Minister of India. So not only is the safety of our president obviously of the greatest importance. No, Obama was there. They shook his hand. Not only did they walk up into this party. I mean, I've tried to crash.
Yo, but everybody's been saying their safety has been. Everybody's been saying their safety was that their safety. These guys just crashed the party. They weren't in there with guns or anything. I mean, they couldn't have gotten through.
Pero ¿sabes qué?
If somebody acts like they got into the party secretly, they got by kind of, you know, like if you're in Vegas and you get into the club by saying you're on the list. That's what they kind of got in. Like,
that's the point, though. The point is that the Secret
but they still
Service
went through detectors and all that.
The Secret Service failed the president and admitted it.
Oh, yeah,
said,
but
we have failed.
Okay,
somebody is getting fired.
Mr. Burns, but do you necessarily need a gun in order to turn the life of the president?
Yeah,
of
if she was freaking what's her name, Black Mambo from Kill Bill, she could have walked right up to him, bah, right in the throat, and he would have been out.
Eso sí. Now, if she was a trained killer and she wanted to like,
or her husband,
they both went through security checks.
Right.
They just got
but
by
metal detectors.
Right. They just got by the whole. Where's your invitation? They were like,
but how about chemicals? People, you guys don't think about chemicals no more.
I'm just saying, let's not get far fetched. They're going right wing now.
You know, strings. I mean, you could kill if very, you know, not intelligent, not trained
enough
prisoners
in the United States
kill other prisoners every day with household objects, things that would have been on the dining table at this event, things that would have been a part of the, I don't know, party favors, decorations. Any one of those things could have been
now,
made
I have
a
a
weapon.
question. Did they have a picture with Obama with him?
Yes.
They had a picture with the president.
Shaking his hand. Shaking his hand.
That's what I'm saying.
And
okay. Because they could have shanked Rami Manuel. They could have shanked him. I saw that picture, but they actually got next to Obama.
No, they got in his face, touched him, and I didn't hear if they actually touched the prime minister or not. But this is also this is extremely embarrassing for us as a nation, amongst other things.
Yes.
But if our Secret Service cannot fully 100% airtight sealed protect our president, then obviously any guest, guest diplomat in our country, any high-ranking official can also not feel safety in our country.
Al-Qaeda's scrambling for blondes right now, I'll tell you.
Yo, what really amazes me, though, is that...
I swear to you, I think that had a lot to do with it. The fact that she was a beautiful white woman.
Yeah.
Blonde.
No, if she was black, it would have been like, oh, let me see.
Or if they looked very typically of Middle
Sonia
Eastern descent.
Sotomayor had a hard time getting in there.
If they looked more like the names that they carried, they probably would have checked. If they probably even heard the names. I'm wondering if they even asked them their names, because the Secret Service literally was standing at the front door, gate, or however they do it over there, just like any other Hollywood party, with a list of typed names, and all they had to do was ask the name and look at the list.
Katina, the dress was hot, though. You got to admit that.
Oh, she looked good.
The dress was hot. I think
maybe that was distracting.
Yo creo que otro vestido no entra también. The dress was hot.
Straight
I was looking at the dress. I'm like, damn,
I don't fault them. I don't fault them at all. If I thought that I could get away with that, I would do it too. And in fact, I'm trying to like call them up, like take me to the next one. You feel me? But I'm just saying.
CNN interviewed the hairdresser that did their hair that day. CNN was interviewing them earlier today, so they were like, "Oh yeah, they were over there bragging."
Yeah,
they were
and apparently
going to the
they've
party.
been at other events too, where there's like pictures on. They have it on their Facebook.
Professional.
Yeah, like they know how to get. Cause you know what's really the funniest part of the story is that this woman, she's being considered for the Real Housewives of Washington D.C.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she's up for that role. So she actually even had. Some film crew that is somehow associated with this upcoming television show follow her the whole day of the event and told the crew very honestly, we are invited guests to this presidential dinner. I mean, I don't know if it's something like her husband lied to her and she thought she was on the list, or they just knew and were playing. Who knows? But the point is,
it looks like purposely, they purposely wanted to crash.
Yeah, the whole point of the story is that the Secret Service they slipped, and they couldn't do anything but admit it. And the actual statement is that they are deeply concerned and embarrassed that this happened.
You also mentioned to me off the air that they're trying to charge him. There could be charges.
Right.
When you lie to a federal agent, it's a crime.
Yeah. So now they have to go back to whatever federal agent failed to check them, and which I'm kind of like, well, how are they gonna know for sure unless there's some sort of recorded, right?
Yeah.
He could easily, cover his own back and be like, well, she told me that blah blah blah, and make up all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, and it shouldn't go anywhere. It wasn't. I mean, you can't blame him for trying to meet Obama.
Yeah, you failed.
You know
like
what I mean?
you have one
Somebody's
job.
getting
Protect
replaced.
the president, and you couldn't do it.
Somebody's getting replaced. Somebody's getting fired.
You let a pretty face by, and that's the end of the story.
So a couple of things I want to say. First of all, I mean, it amazes me how compared to Bush, Obama doesn't really have that much of protection.
Right.
I mean, I remember when Bush was a president,
I have
couldn't even get.
I have never in my
George
life
Bush.
heard a story like this. Obviously, we've heard of people getting by Secret Service, and obviously presidents have been assassinated, but I have never in my life or in my study of American history heard of something this silly. It's silly. It's like,
and I think it makes the story is 100 times worse when we take in consideration that Obama is a president that, compared to George Bush, has received almost like 5 times the threats that George Bush received.
Of course.
So it's
his
a
security
really
should be
thing,
5
man.
times tighter is what it should be.
Exactly. So and the staff of the CIA only increased by like 1%, 1.5. I saw a report on that the other day that really amazed me.
Right.
But let's go back to the music con Mr. B aquí en los unos y los dos, Katina and Chico X de Lion City Productions.